I have the pleasure and privilege of serving as the chair of the board, also known as the president of the board, not to be confused with the president of the campus, which is the senior administrative position for this enterprise. The person who holds that position is Bob Barry. Bob? We have perhaps 15 board members with us. Would you just raise your hands, please, the board members? These are the volunteers who give, you wouldn't believe how many hours to this endeavor. The executive director of our foundation and the person in charge of all community relations is Gail Braunstein. Gail also shepherded this project from start to finish, along with Bob Airy. Where is Bob? He is the director of all facilities and maintenance. Now, there were some individuals who played a very hands-on role in this project. Chris Chapman, our builder. Fred Schmidt, our architect. Thank you, Fred. Bill Lane, our engineer. And Larry Calley, our lawyer. So what we're going to do now is affix the mezuzah to the door. Now this is, the rabbi will explain this better than I, of course. We're commanded to do this in our faith, and it's in the Bible, and it's in the Shema, our main prayers. Fair to say it that way?
Okay.
And you're going to explain what is inside the mezuzah. Okay, Rabbi. The floor is yours.
I never do anything alone, so my children, or one's there and the other one's hiding, so I think they're helping me with this. Anyways, welcome everybody. So in the Jewish tradition, when we move into a new home or within a short period afterwards, we affix a mezuzah on our doorposts, which John mentioned. And inside the mezuzah contains a scroll which contains the first paragraph of the Shema, which is from Deuteronomy, which is really in a way, the fundamental prayer that we have in our faith, that really is the first prayer that most children learn, and speaks and says, you know, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one," and speaks about the idea of loving God with our entire being. And it's actually very symbolic for what we do, because when caring for seniors and caring for our community, we don't just care for somebody's physical body, but we care for their entire being, their physical body, their spiritual, their psychological, and all of that which we do. And so today, as we inaugurate this new building officially, we'll be affixing this on our door as really a sign of blessing that we can continue on that mission of caring for our seniors in central New Jersey, their bodies, their minds, and their souls. So I will this time affix the mezuzah and say the blessing. I will then translate the blessing so everybody knows what we're saying, and then we will continue with our festivities. I don't think it'll get here. Okay, Paige. You hold this. Hold this. Thank you. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu likboa mezuzah. Amen.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has made us holy through his commandments and has commanded us to affix the mezuzah. May this be a blessing for many years, for our future, for many years to come.
Thank you, Rabbi. And it's as simple as that. All faiths have their traditions. This is one of ours. And I must say that our services and our facilities are open to anyone of any faith, any background. We're a diverse campus in terms of who we serve and in terms of who we employ. Okay, now it's my pleasure to introduce our mayor. Mayor of Franklin, Dr. Philip Kramer. Now, it take a real long time to get into his full background because it's quite extraordinary. So give me a moment to, you heard this before, right? So, Dr. Kramer went to Syracuse University and studied aerospace engineering. That wasn't enough. Then he went and got another bachelor's degree, and he kept studying engineering. And then, before he became a physician, he was in the Air Force flying B-52s and other supersonic, B-52 is not a supersonic plane. There are other planes that are supersonic that he also flew. So he also worked as an engineer for several years. And then he said, okay, engineering's nice, and flying these big planes is nice. I'm going to med school. So he went to medical school and did a residency or a fellowship down at Johns Hopkins in neurology. Neurology is Dr. Kramer's specialty. And then he came to JFK Medical Center to practice neurology, which he's been doing for many, many years. So what can I conclude about, he's been on the council and has held many public positions, and now he's the mayor. So he's a busy guy and a talented guy and very bright, and we're so happy to have him with us today. Dr. Philip Kramer, the mayor of Franklin Township.
Thank you. Thank you. The real reason for all that is I just can't keep a job. So I'm honored to be here. And you know, it's funny, we were just talking how the Wilfs have constructed half of this community. They're everywhere, and I've never met them. But I'm very happy to honor what they've done today. I have a proclamation, which, you know what, I won't read. It basically thanks them for this campus, but I would like to thank them for this campus personally, because this is really a jewel of Franklin. It adds to the Franklin community, the Jewish community, and the general community at large here. Taking care of our seniors, we are an aging population now, is vitally important. He mentioned I'm a doctor, and I see a lot of people who have difficulties because they're seniors. This kind of facility changes their lives and makes their lives better. We are lucky to have it here in Franklin, though it serves the greater area. I thank the Wilfs. I thank all the directors here. I want to get together with the builder later to make sure that our permitting department did their job and find out if they didn't, so I can fix that. But I'm just thrilled about this, and welcome to an addition to our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. 1, 2, 3.
So I was looking for a quote that would capture the journey that we were on for this building. A lot of you may not know the history, but it was 7 years in the making. So I actually found the perfect quote. It's from King Solomon, probably most of you know it, Proverbs 24:16. And it says, a righteous man falls down 7 times and gets up. The concept for this beautiful building was developed 7 years ago. Since then, we have fallen down a few times, but now it's up, and we are here today to dedicate it. Despite the intermittent setbacks, the group that was involved in getting us from concept to completion persevered because they had faith in the vision and the need for the result. As Gail said, I'm Mickey Kaufman, the immediate past president of the Wilf campus, and it gives me enormous pleasure to see the realization of this dream though at times it felt more like a nightmare. The original concept recognized the need for a new space where we could house the various functions of the campus, including marketing, finance, HR, the foundation, and of course, to bring Stein Hospice in, which until recently was off campus for lack of space and much needed additional parking, which we also got. We were also in terrible need for meeting rooms, a boardroom, and an all-purpose room. Those and more are now a reality, and a beautiful reality. We no longer need to have our board meetings in the Willet's dining room and our business meetings in the Stein Assisted Living Chapel. Today is the dawn of a great new beginning. But to get here, it took 7 years, the hard work, determination, and dedication of a lot of people. It was not a smooth journey. The original concept was actually a prefabricated one-story building at a different location without the ability for expansion. That approach, thankfully, was abandoned. This highly functional and attractive structure was built with a view to serve the campus needs for decades to come and designed to fit beautifully with the rest of the campus, both in exterior styling and landscaping. We just opened it, and every day there's a discussion about new uses and utilizing all of the second floor. There are, of course, too many people to thank for achieving this milestone, and I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody, but doesn't matter. I take a lot of risk in my life. So whoever I forget, I apologize in advance, but there's some people who were crucial, so they have to be called out. Even some of them were identified outside, because what they did was really just incredible. First, and I'm so glad the mayor's here, we would all like to thank Franklin Township for issuing the permits that allowed us to proceed with this project. As Benjamin Franklin, after whom Franklin Township was rumored to have been named, I'm not really sure about that, but it sounded good, said, and I quote, I don't know how you get a quote from someone who's dead 200 years. Listen to what he said. Without continual growth and progress, such word as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. With this building, Franklin Township is allowing us to grow. We are indeed indebted to you to allow us for that progress. Thank you very much, Franklin Township. Number 2, I'd like to send a shout out to my predecessor, who unfortunately couldn't be here this morning. My predecessor was president of the Wilf campus, Paula Michuli, who couldn't be here, as I say. Paula, early on, recognized the need for this building, and at that time, I have to say, there was significant opposition, and she gave way to me for the planning's reincarnation. Next, you may have heard of the Beatles, but we have our own fabulous foursome. It is the team of Fred Schmidt, of Schmidt Anderson Architects, who at times, I would say, endured my rants. Then we have Bill Lane of Bedlow Engineering, who was terrific. Chris Chapman of Delrad Builders, who came in after I fired his predecessor, because I didn't like the way the project was going. And our super lawyer, who must be busy fighting other wars, Larry Cowley. Without the four of them, we wouldn't be here. Fred, Bill, Chris, and Larry, please let us see you. We thank you all. Of course, we need to thank the magnificent building committee, which included some board members, including Ivan Greenstein and Jerry Stafford. Jerry, raise your hand. And members of our staff, which included, and now again, I may be missing some people, Bob Barry, back there, Gail Bernstein, and Bob Airy, who may have left us. Oh, there he is at the back. Bob, like every day I would ask him, so how we doing, Bob? We're on target. We're on target, Mickey. How we doing, Bob? He got tired of me, but he put up the building. That team worked together remarkably well and persevered to get the project completed on time and very rare for a Jewish organization, on budget. Not to be forgotten, Berta Berger, our longtime friend of Wilf, who cleverly purchased furniture at a deep discount and decorated the interior, which I think is still maybe ongoing. Thank you, Berta. Of course, I would also like to thank the board, who through thick and thin stayed with this project, although I'm sure at times many thought it would never be completed, and probably all were concerned that we would be way over budget. Finally, this is the catch-all. I would like to thank all of those I failed to mention by name, because their dedication and support were nonetheless needed for the project's conclusion. And of course, let's not forget, my wife, Cheryl, who heard about the project for years and years and years when I came home and provided her encouragement when I ranted some more at home. I love you, Cheryl. So here we are in this magnificent new building, which provides all the needs identified in the original version, as well as many more uses that were not even imagined up to now. This has been a remarkable journey, a true collaborative effort, and one I'm so proud to have been a part of. For the future perspective, I would like to just wish the best for my successor as the new president of the Wilf campus, and my friend, John Wilf.
Thank you, Mickey. So I watched this occur under Mickey's leadership and the leadership of the other and the staff members that Mickey identified. On time and on budget and a beautiful facility. You have no idea how much work Mickey put into this, how concerned he was, how loving he was to this project. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to observe his presidency, because it is really wondrous. Thank you so much, and hopefully I can come close to doing what you've done for Wilf. I'm going to introduce Michael Kerwin in just a moment, but let me just make a few short remarks. So, this campus offers a broad and full array of services for seniors. In addition to our assisted living facility, our hospice facility, our independent living apartment building, we also have a nursing home on the property that we own that is operated by Regency. Is Mr. Grossi? Thank you so much. We have, as I said, a vast and broad array of services for seniors. And I just want to comment for a second on why we do this. And different people have different reasons. I know Mickey in the past has spoken about the commandment to honor thy father and thy mother. I have a slightly different perspective, and one of the perks of being the president of the board is that you can make these observations whether people want to hear them or not. But here's mine. So, we take turns in this world. That's how I think about it. We will be of this age if we're not already there. If we're lucky, we will be of this age and have an opportunity to, if we need the services, to be in a place as high quality as this. So, to me, this forces us to confront our mortality. And a lot of people don't like to do that, and it makes us squeamish. But I think it's important to do. So, when I was asked to be on the board, the board had whatever its reasons were for asking me, but why would I agree to do this? Well, I wanted to know about this next stage of life. And it's just coincidentally, because of a death of one of my uncles, I've become very close to his sister, my aunt, who is 90 years old, and she can't hear very well, she can't see very well, her mobility is limited, and she lives in Rhode Island. But she came down here and looked at this facility, and she may move to New Jersey, and if she does, she'll probably be here. But since she owns a home in Rhode Island, she's going to stay up in a facility like this up there. So, because of the circumstances and the circuitous routes our lives take, at some point or another, we will confront these circumstances. And I thought it was, well, this is a great opportunity that they think I'm going to give something to them. I will, but to me, I'm getting so much more from this campus than I can give in return. The people here are wonderful, the board members here are wonderful, the people who live here are wonderful. So and the message in this is please support organizations and institutions like this. You know, the people who live here, they don't have the most robust voices, but the volunteers do and the staff members do. So talk in your community about this wonderful organization in the township of Franklin and the county of Somerset. That's the mitzvah, the good deed that you can do for us and for them. So Michael Kerwin is the president and CEO of the Somerset County Business Partnership, which is this county's version of the Chamber of Commerce. This organization is 100 years old this year, 100 years old. It's involved in economic development, networking, tourism, legislative advocacy, and as I understand it, the partnership has over 800 members, and Wilf, of course, is one of those members. So we're very pleased to be in partnership with so many other prominent members of the community and with this umbrella organization. Michael Kerwin.
Thank you. So yeah, we've been around 100 years. I think it took 100 years to find a scissors that big. But that scissors has actually been in very active use, which is a sign, that's a good sign. A lot of ribbon cuttings, right? That means our community is vibrant and doing well. So the Somerset County Business Partnership, I'm going to tell you why this event that we're all here right now, why this is a big deal. Our mission at the Business Partnership is to lead the business community to a prosperous and sustainable future. We do that through partnership, and we heard a lot about partnerships today. We partner with the Somerset County freeholders to give and support economic development, very unique public-private partnership. We get the support of all the local municipalities, Franklin Township included. We work closely with community partners like Raritan Valley Community College and the Somerset County Partnership. What we call it in Somerset County is we make vibrant connections. That's basically what we're doing today, what this organization is all about. We talked about the collaboration that was necessary to get this great project done. Our goal is to encourage precisely this kind of investment through that culture of collaboration that we have here. We got a great thing in Somerset County and we want to keep it going. I want to just briefly mention diversity. We decided this year that it was our obligation to recognize Somerset County's growing diversity, embrace it, support it. Can't say it's bad because the county's doing great. And so we did a report that's on our website, you can take a look at it, but one of the things that disclosed was we're getting more seasoned. Very interesting. So nationwide, our average median age, I think, is, and this may be off a couple months, but you get the point. is about 37 years old. New Jersey's a little bit older. Median age is about 39, and Somerset County is about 41. So we're very seasoned. We're very good-looking and wealthy, and but we definitely. So this project, exactly what we need, and that's why it's a big deal. So thank you very much for the investment, for demonstrating how this gets done in true Somerset County way through your connections you make. And we look forward to supporting this great institution and organization as we move forward. Thank you.